Imagine waking up on a crisp morning, sunlight gently streaming in through your window, and the inviting aroma of freshly brewed coffee mingling with the rich scent of toasted walnuts and warm cake. It's the perfect start to a new day, comforting, energizing, and just a little indulgent. Today, we're taking you on a sensory journey to experience the delight of a homemade coffee walnut cake, a timeless classic that brings together the boldness of coffee and the nutty crunch of walnuts in every bite. Let's begin with the origins of this delectable treat. Coffee and walnut cake has been a beloved staple in British baking for generations, gracing the tables of cozy tea rooms and family kitchens alike. Its roots can be traced back to the early 20th century, when coffee first became widely available in Europe. Bakers quickly realized that the deep, roasted flavors of coffee could beautifully enhance the sweetness of cakes, especially when paired with the earthy richness of walnuts. Over time, this combination became a classic, cherished for its balance of flavors and irresistible crumb. To truly appreciate this cake, it's worth considering the magic of its two-star ingredients. Coffee, with its complex aroma and unmistakable bitterness, does more than simply wake you up. It adds depth and sophistication to baked goods. When infused into cake batter, coffee brings a subtle warmth and contrasts wonderfully with sweet, buttery notes. Meanwhile, walnuts offer a satisfying crunch and a slightly bitter edge, perfectly complementing the coffee and rounding out the flavor profile. Toasting the walnuts before adding them to the batter intensifies their nuttiness, making each bite even more memorable. The process of making a coffee walnut cake is as rewarding as the final result. Picture yourself in a sunlit kitchen, gathering the essentials: fresh eggs, creamy butter, golden sugar, a scoop of your favorite instant coffee, and a generous handful of chopped walnuts. As you cream together the butter and sugar, the mixture turns pale and fluffy, promising a light, tender crumb. Eggs are added one by one, each bringing richness and structure, while a fragrant spoonful of dissolved coffee lends its signature aroma to the batter. Flour, sifted with a pinch of baking powder, is folded in gently to keep the cake airy and soft. Next come the walnuts. Roughly chopped for texture, they're stirred through the batter, ensuring every slice is studded with crunchy, toasty pieces. Once the cake is in the oven, the anticipation builds. The kitchen fills with a mouth-watering fragrance that's part breakfast, part dessert, and entirely irresistible. When the cake emerges, golden and slightly domed, it's left to cool before the grand finale. A luscious coffee-flavored buttercream. This creamy frosting, whipped until silky smooth, is spread generously over the top and sides of the cake, then adorned with a final flourish of walnut halves. But the true magic of coffee walnut cake lies not just in its making, but in the joy it brings when shared. Imagine gathering around the breakfast table with family or friends, each person savoring a warm, fragrant slice. The first bite is pure comfort. The cake is moist and tender, with a gentle bitterness from the coffee and a satisfying crunch from the walnuts. The sweetness of the buttercream is perfectly balanced by the cake's robust flavor, and the lingering notes of coffee make each mouthful even more satisfying. Coffee walnut cake isn't just for breakfast, of course. It's a versatile treat, equally at home as a mid-morning pick-me-up, an afternoon snack, or a decadent dessert. Pair it with a freshly brewed cup of coffee to intensify the flavors, or serve it with a glass of cold milk for a nostalgic twist. However you choose to enjoy it, this cake has a way of turning ordinary moments into something special. As you savor each bite, take a moment to appreciate the simple pleasures that go into making and enjoying a coffee walnut cake. From the careful selection of ingredients to the patient creaming and folding, baking this cake is an act of care and creativity. It's about more than just feeding yourself or your loved ones. It's about creating memories, celebrating flavors, and starting the day with something truly delicious. For those who love to experiment, the coffee walnut cake offers endless possibilities for customization. Perhaps you'd like to add a touch of spice, a hint of cinnamon or nutmeg, to bring extra warmth and complexity. Or maybe you prefer your cake a little lighter, with whipped cream instead of buttercream frosting. Some bakers even brush the layers with a coffee syrup before frosting, adding another layer of richness and moisture. The beauty of this cake is its adaptability. No matter how you make it, the combination of coffee and walnuts remains at the heart of the experience. If you're looking to elevate your coffee walnut cake even further, consider the presentation. A dusting of cocoa powder or a sprinkle of finely chopped walnuts can add visual appeal, while a drizzle of dark chocolate ganache makes the cake even more decadent. For special occasions, you might bake the cake in individual portions, dainty cupcakes or mini loaves, perfect for sharing and gifting. Beyond its delicious taste, coffee walnut cake has a way of bringing people together. There's something about the familiar, comforting flavors that sparks conversation and connection. Maybe it's the nostalgia of childhood memories, the warmth of a family gathering, or the simple pleasure of enjoying a homemade treat with friends. In a world that's often rushed and busy, taking the time to bake and savor, a coffee walnut cake is a reminder to slow down, appreciate the moment, and indulge in a little self-care. Of course, not all mornings are the same, and sometimes you need a shortcut to satisfy your craving. For those busy days, there are plenty of ways to enjoy the essence of coffee walnut cake with minimal effort. Try stirring a handful of chopped walnuts into your favorite coffee cake mix, or swirl a spoonful of instant coffee into the batter for a quick flavor boost. Even a toasted slice of walnut bread, served with a dollop of coffee-flavored cream cheese, can capture the spirit of this beloved cake. Ultimately, what makes coffee walnut cake so special is its ability to transform the ordinary into the extraordinary. It's a testament to the power of simple ingredients, thoughtfully combined and lovingly prepared. Whether you're an experienced baker or just starting out, making this cake is a chance to connect with tradition, experiment with flavors, and create something that brings joy to yourself and those around you. So the next time you're looking for a way to wake up your senses and start your day on a delicious note, reach for the comforting embrace of coffee walnut cake. Let the rich aroma of coffee and the satisfying crunch of walnuts remind you of the pleasures of home baking. Share a slice with someone you love, or savor it quietly with your morning coffee, and let the flavors transport you to a place of warmth, comfort, and simple happiness. In a world filled with endless choices and distractions, sometimes the best way to begin is with something familiar, something homemade, something that speaks to the heart. Coffee walnut cake is more than just a treat. It's a celebration of flavor, tradition, and the little moments that make life sweeter. So rise and shine, embrace the new day, and treat yourself to a slice of pure delight. Wake up to the magic of coffee walnut cake and discover how extraordinary the ordinary can truly be.